Yo, good morning. Welcome to this episode, this morning broadcast, this reaching out moment for the boat parade. This morning, I am pleased to announce that we are celebrating. This is our 50th episode on our YouTube channel. It is. And I intentionally didn't tell you because now we can have a party. Congratulations on 50 episodes, boat parade.
You know you can look me in the eye. It's all because of Jesus. He the reason I'm alive. I live by faith, by grace. You know that I ain't gotta strive. They told me tone it down.
I'm not gonna lie.
No.
I'm still waking up. I told you I was awake. I'm still waking up.
We're doing a little earlier than normal, even though the lights are the same. The sun outside is not the same. So
I run the YouTube, and I don't know how many videos we've posted.
Yeah, I obviously care more than he does, to be honest with you. But today we are gonna have a lot of fun and 50 episodes, man. It's been quite a journey. You know, I'm such an emotional guy.
I didn't know that.
When I thought about that 50 episodes, in my head I saw a montage where there's like music in the background and there's all the moments from the 50 videos.
I'm like, your life is an 80s movie.
Yeah.
You're like the Breakfast Club.
I am the Breakfast Club.
There's some sketchy things in that movie that you shouldn't identify with.
I am not any of those things. You know what I am? I am Ferris Bueller's Day at Work.
Your wife wants to speak.
Let me see if I can.
Ferris Bueller's Day
Go ahead.
Off.
I have an idea.
Okay.
Maybe we should do my parts first. In case I have to leave.
Okay, on this, in case you didn't know, my wife has a very important appointment that she cannot miss under any circumstances this morning. Her pedicure.
Very
at
important.
9:30. Now, if you know my wife, she's not really that kind of a girl, but for this, she's going to seem that way.
Someone else made an
She's
appointment for it.
she's at like trophy wife status this morning. She's like, I can't miss my pedicure because what if I wear my sandals? You know those sandals, the ones with the tag on them. Yeah. What if I wear those for the first time and I need to have my nails done?
Ferris Bueller's Day Off question.
Yeah.
What hockey jersey's in the movie?
The Avs.
No, it's Canadians jersey, right?
No.
The Blues.
And then
No, because they're is it in New Jersey?
No, they're in Chicago.
It's not a Blackhawks jersey.
It's not.
No, it's probably random.
It is a.
It's the friend, right? Who's wearing it?
Yeah.
Uh
See it. I just don't know.
Is it a Bruins?
No.
All right, tell us.
Is it New York?
It is a Red Wings jersey, and it's a Gordie Howe jersey.
Jeez, Gordie Howe is probably the second greatest player
What
of all time.
sporting event did they go to in Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
What?
Sporting
Ryan
event?
doesn't know.
They went to a Chicago Cubs game.
Oh, they did.
Did.
I don't remember that. I'll be honest with you. I haven't seen that movie in 10
Listen,
years.
quick story.
But that Ferrari?
This is a true story.
Jeez.
I was probably 11 years old, and then my dad made a reference to the teacher and said, Jared, you're so, like, you mumble in your monotone when I was younger.
Still like that.
And so my dad said, Bueller. And I was like, what? And he was like, you haven't seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off? And I was like, no, Dad, I'm 11. And he was like, all right, let's make a deal. This was in like Blockbuster was still open. He was like, we're going to go to Blockbuster tonight. And if they have Ferris Bueller's Day Off, you can skip school tomorrow and stay home and watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off because it's that important to your life. So
Bro, dad of the millennium.
I went to my grandparents' house the next day and watched Ferris Bueller's Day Off and skipped school.
That's why you remember every moment of it. Because what an experience.
Mental.
I was 11.
That's so cute.
The only movie my dad probably would have been like, hey, you can skip school to watch would have been something like,
A war documentary.
yeah, some sort of like Black Hawk Down type like thing
Yeah, that's a good
from
movie.
the 90s. And I'd be like, Dad, I'll be honest with you. I'd rather go to school and get made fun of.
Took you to Six Flags.
Yeah, my dad took me on a whole weekend. He was like, yo, bump school. We going to Six Flags. But I was like, the whole weekend, I was like, I hate you, Dad. Because I was a teenager and I was stupid, full of the devil.
We
I
did
didn't
that when we went to New York, and then we accidentally watched
Bro,
Safely
what
That
a-
You Can Dance.
know. What a story. You got to tell it now.
No. Okay, sorry.
Should I?
No. But
We don't have time.
we can make a separate video of all. We have some crazy stories because like I talked a little bit about my Dubai classic
A
one.
story time
You could do
sipping on sex.
a story time session. Sippin on 7th. Well, we'll talk about our top 10 sports-related life stories, and we can maybe do that next Saturday. So we're going to go ahead and actually do our segments first, our trivia.
Here's
and
what I'm
different
concerned
things
about.
first.
Once we do trivia, you become ridiculous as a human being. And then afterwards, us trying to do anything.
All I need you to do is hit the switch when we're done on me, just boop, and then I'll be back to normal.
All right. So
Although this coffee's hidden.
is this a new trivia game? Or are we still tied
No,
continuing?
I lost.
You lost.
You
I
beat
won.
me.
See, I don't care because I just expect dominance in life, Ryan.
I care enough to the point that I cried myself to sleep during the Thor movie. It was bad. Anyway, it was
fell
bad. I
asleep?
don't
It
care.
was that
I
entertaining.
It was horrible. It was terrible. I told my wife, tell me if this isn't true about the Thor movie. I don't know how we got on this again, but I saw it this week, and anyway, we both saw it and whatever. Here's the deal. What's his name? The ugly dude? Christian Bale. So Christian Bale is the bad guy in the movie, right? Tell me he's not like a bad spin-off version of Voldemort.
Right. And then I think in the Marvel comics, his nose is like more flat. So
He's literally Voldemort.
they wanted to do that, but they were like, if we do that, he's literally going to be Voldemort.
But the thing is it's like a bad version. Like he gets in people's faces and talks to them like, he's like, my daughter, and you're like, bro, where's your wand? You know what I mean? Where's your black robe? Go sit down. Harry Potter gonna light you up, bro. And
Where your Horcruxes at,
it's like,
bro?
where did you just say Horcrux?
I tried
It's
to
a
say it.
Horcrux.
Oh, sorry, we're not British.
You've got to say it the way you're supposed to say it there, love. You've got to say it right. You've got to say it, love. You've got to say it right, love. You didn't know I'm an accent. Perfect. Watch.
You're not.
watch.
Don't offend anybody when you do this.
Question number 1.
Yes. Question 1.
Crocodile speed bump. A speed bump. Crocodile speed bump. I heard if you talk out of the side of your mouth, it's kind of like Australia. There's a crocodile. I hit him with my car, and there's a crocodile speed bump.
That was like a mixture of
Crocodile speed bump.
of Australian and Peaky Blinders that you did right there.
Peaky Blinders. Peaky Blind. We wanted to watch Peaky Blinders, but
it's
inappropriate.
explicit.
Yeah. Because I saw a scene. I read the thing that says they like gang rape somebody. I was like, yeah. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I don't know
pass.
if I wanna watch
I'm
that.
gonna pass. I'm gonna pass on that one. You know what I mean?
Good show.
I'm a dad. I don't need Peaky Blinders. I've got enough. I've got enough.
order of the Peaky
It's gonna be hard for me to like turn the accent off now that I've got it on. To be honest with you.
Question
Hey guys,
1.
sorry for the interruption. Going into this next segment, we were having some technical difficulties, so Caitlin's mic actually was not recording. However, Jared is going to put the timestamp in with the questions, the timestamp for after the trivia, and then the timestamp for when the questions were asked and what they were, so that you guys can try to keep up. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Definitely my fault, as I'm sure Jared would agree. But enjoy this section if you can. It's on. I've got the best accent in the world.
We should do this. If we both get the question wrong
She
on
gets
our
a point.
first guess, you get a point.
Yeah.
I know it won't be on the screen, but you can have it in your mind.
Okay.
We brought that up like 2 times ago. Thank you for joining the future.
Then I get a point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is going to change every game.
You're going to make so hard questions. I
Did
love
you put
it.
the trivia thing on the screen?
Yeah,
Is my name lit? Am I on the top?
you're on the bottom.
Am I blue?
You're red, which is
Every
the color-
question that you ask.
Do the Darth Vader, the Star Wars. Dun 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 dun.
With everything that happened with the Tampa Bay Lightning over the last couple of weeks, with the draft picks,
We're in
and
trouble.
the free agent signings, that's kind of the theme
Okay.
for this trip.
Dang.
So the first couple.
I forgot
questions-
everything.
I know. The first couple of questions are about our new draft picks. So basically, gonna see how well you guys know our new guys.
Jeez.
Yeah, this morning in bed, she was like, "Do you remember the draft picks?" And I was like, "Well, I know we didn't get a first round pick." And then she was like,
Yeah, we did.
"Perfect. Yeah, exactly. That's my point. So I may be in a little bit of trouble here.
Okay.
I know there were 6 Russians."
There weren't.
So the first round draft pick, Isaac Howard. Right?
Ooh.
From Hudson, Wisconsin.
Yeah, I remember that.
Stop. I can't hear her.
He was the 31st overall draft pick. He won a medal with Team USA at the 2022 IIHF Under 18 World Championship. Okay, these are the stats.
Yes.
All right.
What was it? Bronze, silver, or gold?
Silver.
It was.
It was silver.
Did you know that, or did you?
He told me.
Okay, good. So you remembered.
When did I tell you?
I think it was somewhere in my.
Coward. He wanted silver.
They lost to Canada.
See, I think you told me that.
1 point for Ryan. Good guess. All right.
Suck it. Well, I figured you got. I mean, it's 33%.
Question number 2.
Go midline.
With the 86th overall pick. Oh, if you can't tell, I'm kind of making this a little educational for our viewers. So I'm just throwing stats in there so they can learn a little bit about it.
If you guys didn't know, my wife's
I
a
like
hockey
it.
statistician.
I'm not gonna lie. I know Isaac Howard. I don't know anybody else that we're about to go over. So this is gonna be fun.
Isn't there a Vlukavlowski?
With the 86th overall pick in the 3rd round of the draft, Tampa Bay Lightning selected right winger Lucas Edmonds, OHL's Kingston.
OHL, that's another one.
Frontenac.
Bro, let her talk.
There's the ECHL.
Tampa Bay acquired the 86th overall in a trade. What was the trade? How did they get the 86th pick?
It was in the trade for Brandon Hagel.
No, not like that, baby. Just, they got the 86th slot to pick number 86. They got it in a trade with somebody else. They traded something to get number 86. What did they trade?
That's what I'm
He's
saying.
saying the Blackhawks is the team.
I'm saying. What
Is
did
it
we trade
multiple
away
choice?
to get it?
There isn't a
Joseph, we traded Mateo.
I'll give you a hint. They traded 2 other slots. 2 other
Oh,
slots.
we're slots.
103 and 169.
Yeah,
traded
she
those
stumped
to
us.
get
Dunzo.
number 86.
How are we gonna know that?
Who did they trade with?
Seattle.
Bro, you're just throwing out names. You didn't even ring the buzzer. You have no idea.
Seattle.
You already guessed.
Not Seattle.
Okay then.
Vancouver.
No.
All right, you win.
Yeah, I was
Who
gonna
is
say.
it?
Hey, I get a point.
What a
Is
question.
it New York?
Los Angeles Kings.
Oh.
They traded
You know, I remember
them
seeing that.
Bro, stop. Let her talk.
69 to get pick 86. Good job.
What a question.
I'll be honest. She's gonna ask
You
us.
guys followed the draft.
She's gonna ask us how many pucks are stacked on the thing when they throw it off the thing, and we're gonna sit here like 1-0, 1-0, 1-0,
You know what we're going to do? We're going to let her talk so I can hear her because all I can hear is you.
With the what? Jared's getting so serious.
It's because I'm winning.
With the 160th overall pick
No clue.
in the 5th round of the draft.
There are 5 rounds in the draft.
There's 7.
I know, bro. It's a joke.
Do I get a point for knowing how many rounds there were?
You should.
No.
Tampa Bay Lightning selected goaltender Nick Malik. Where is he from? Yes.
Iran.
There's multiple choice. Do you want?
Yes. I would like the multiple
She
choice.
does this to me every time. You got it, bro.
Let me finish
You
the
got it.
question.
Easy
All right,
peasy.
here's your multiple choice: Latvia, Finland, Quebec, or Iowa.
That's such an easy one. Are you?
It's
kidding
not.
me?
Can you let me think and you not talk? Would be phenomenal.
Last time I said this.
We drafted players from all of these places.
Nick Malik.
Nick Malik from Latvia, Finland, Quebec, or Iowa.
Easy.
Finland. Final answer.
That is correct.
So easy. You had to ring in and say Latvia. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say Quebec because I thought Malik
Well,
is
she
like
didn't say Malik. She said Malik.
Malik.
Generic.
Is it Malik?
Malik.
How's it spelled?
Malik.
That's weird.
Malik. It's probably Malik.
Wait, was that your Finnish impression? Malik? It's probably Malik.
From Cuckoo.
I'm sure.
It's the top professional hockey league in Finland.
Did you say cuckoo?
She's from Cuckoo.
K-O-O. All one word.
Sounds like a candy bar that I used to find in Switzerland.
Cuckoo.
I'm gonna have a cuckoo.
All right, this is a follow-up question.
Cuckoo for
to that
Cocoa
one, and this
Puffs.
is a double point question.
Okay.
Okay. Follow-up to that. Nick Malik, the guy we were just talking about, he is the son of a longtime NHL defenseman, Mark Malik. With what team did Mark finish his NHL career, and when?
I'm going to wait for the multiple choices.
There's not multiple.
Oh, it's a
Because
double
it's just
pointer.
easy.
Jesus.
Is it easy?
It's a double point question. One of the points is so easy. Just take your first guess. Why would I be asking this question? The second point is when, if you can guess the right year. Yeah.
He finished playing hockey with the Tampa Bay Lightning in 1998.
You got 1 point. That is correct. He finished his NHL career with the Tampa Bay Lightning, but it wasn't that long ago.
Oh, wow.
So I can just guess a year and maybe get a point.
Sure. Either of you can guess the year.
Well, I already...
2014.
It's 06.
No and no. It's
Oh, wait.
2008, 2009 season.
I said it. The viewers know. I'm the fan favorite. Everybody knows I'm the fan favorite.
Your guess
You heard
was-
me mumble 08. My third year was right.
You got.
Yeah, let's just throw out years.
He played for the Lightning. His dad, the guy we just drafted, his dad.
It was a huge hint, you saying, there's a reason why I'm asking this question.
Yeah, but you're not quick to the draw.
I didn't have a multiple choice, so I wanted to.
Okay, so I'm up 2-0?
2-1.
Did you get a point?
Yeah. I got the Finland question right.
Oh, you're right. I didn't give you your point.
And then I got one, so it's 2-1. Sorry, I told you I'm the fan favorite, boy.
I have one more.
Jesus.
Those are our draft pick questions, and then I have a couple of questions about our newly signed players.
Okay.
Okay. So Ian Cole signed a 1-year, $3 million contract with the Lightning. He was drafted in the first round, number 18 of the 2007 draft. By what team?
Wow, that was a long time
He was
ago.
drafted in 2007. He was in the first round. So you figured out what team
The
drafted him.
Pittsburgh Penguins.
Incorrect. I have multiple choice. Would you like?
Yeah,
Well, he won back-to-back with the Penguins, right?
he did.
And that was, what, 08-09?
No, that was like 2017, 2018.
The Columbus Blue Jackets, the Pittsburgh
Really?
Penguins, the Colorado Avalanche, or the St. Louis Blues?
Actually, I think I know this one.
St. Louis Blues.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
That is correct.
That's actually...
I remember because I remember seeing him a picture in a Blues jersey when he was younger.
I was going to say, I actually was a Blues fan at that time.
All those?
He played for all of those.
That's right.
I pulled that from his list.
I figured it was a safe guess to go with Pittsburgh because I knew for sure he was a winner on that team. I thought maybe he was a loyalist. I didn't know. But he's not a loyal. Sorry. That was not a
He's
joke
played for
about...
quite a few teams. I think there was actually maybe even 2 more teams that he had played for. But he was drafted by the Blues.
The question is he better than Ruda? We'll find out in about 88 days until the first home game today. 88 days today
88 was
until
yesterday. 87 days. We have Gronkowski days.
Sorry, I'm rushing.
Did you hear he's like retired?
Yes, I heard. We'll talk about it later. Let your wife finish.
The Tampa Bay Lightning signed forward. Ready? Vladislav
Yeah.
Namestnikov.
Vladdy.
Did
Vladdy.
you just tag in?
Yep. I was going to guess his name.
Oh. Vladislav
My guess is,
Namestnikov.
what year did he last play with the Lightning?
Contract 2.5 mil. Namestnikov has played 48 career Stanley Cup playoff games.
Oh, wow.
With what 3 teams? No.
Is it no multiple
Give me
choice?
all 3.
Lightning?
Yep.
Rangers? Nope. Avalanche?
Yep.
No?
You got 2 out of 3.
Yeah. Once I said Rangers and you didn't say anything, I was toast. Huge advantage for you because you have 2.
I know, but I don't know anything about this guy. I know he played for the Lightning.
He's played for like 6 different teams.
Yeah, but when did he go to the playoffs and with what team?
Yep. What teams were in the Stanley Cup playoffs?
I'm going to go with the Canadiens, the Montreal Canadiens.
No.
All right. You won. Who's the third team?
Pittsburgh.
The Lightning, the Avalanche, and the Dallas Stars.
Stars. Yeah. I wasn't going to guess them.
I picked the Canadiens because I figured it was one of the recent years.
If I remember correctly, he got like traded to the Stars like at the trade deadline and then like played the rest of that season and in the playoffs. And that was it with the
that
Stars.
was the Nick Paul.
Right, from what I read.
That was the Nick Paul of that season.
Yeah, but Nick Paul stayed. He didn't stay.
But he came back
Wait, this is the
home.
last tiebreaker
Oh, are we tied?
Yeah, you guys are 2
Oh.
But I have a tiebreaker, so that's good, right?
No, it's not good because, well, I've been winning in NHL, though.
This one. Someone will get a point. This
You
is
just
a
rolled
very
your eyes.
2-point question.
I mean, he didn't roll his eyes. He was like, oh.
Tampa Bay Lightning signed free agent defenseman Haydn Fleury, 2-year contract, $762,500. He has played with 3 NHL teams.
Bro.
The Seattle, the Anaheim Ducks, and Carolina Hurricanes.
Okay.
Okay, those are his 3 teams he's played with. Fun fact. Closest person gets the point. How many NHL career games has he played? What's your guess?
760.
That's way high.
Jared?
80.
215.
I was closer.
You're closer, but not that close. Yeah, he's played in 215 games.
I'm not sure that's point worthy.
I was
Like-
closer. 760. The guy's played for like 3 years.
We're not playing the Price is Right. We're playing. Yeah. Anyway,
You have no room to argue. I'm sorry that you lost and that I took an educated guess because you went so high. For
I'm
a
sorry
3-year
that you've
player.
lost 3 out of the last 4 NHL games we've played.
That's what matters in life, I guess, to Ryan.
I
But
wish I
you
had a
lost
little thing I
trivia.
could put on the screen that's like,
Winner thing,
No,
confetti.
you will never have that because he didn't. I'll give it to you though. I'll give it to you.
You don't have to give it to me. I took it.
No, you didn't take nothing. You guessed 80 games for a dude that's been in the league for 3 years.
Yeah, Price is Right strategy.
There's almost 80 games a season.
Correct. He's not that good. So I didn't think that he played a lot.
he was a free agent, so he just played a little here.
You think they're gonna drop him down?
Yeah, he's not starting. Are you serious?
I actually don't know anything about him. That's why I
Real
guessed.
quick, actual Lightning talk.
Marc-Andrew Fleury
What's the
is
goal?
who I was thinking of.
Oh, you're thinking of the goalie.
Not really, but Fleury kind of confuses me. Obviously, I knew the goalie didn't sign with us, but like, I didn't know anything about this Haydn kid or how long he's played. So I figured, I bet Marc-Andrew Fleury's played close to 7-something games.
Should be
Yeah.
a pretty good clue. The fact that his 2-year contract is only $762,000.
Right.
You
So
didn't
that's
say that.
She did say that.
I led that.
The problem was I was talking.
That is the problem, and that's usually the problem. Real quick, since actual facts, the 3 lines for the Lightning: Hedman and Sergachev,
Yep.
Ian Cole and Chernak,
Yep.
Ross Colton and Bogo. So then,
Bogo's birthday was yesterday.
where's he gonna play at on the D?
The
Unless somebody gets
Syracuse
hurt.
Crunch. That boy going to Syracuse. The team, not the city.
What? They play in Syracuse.
It's like he's going to the Orlando Solar Bears.
Not
Not in
Orlando.
Orlando, but he's going to the Solar Bears.
I love it.
So that was our trivia. Man, I'm freaking over that. You know what? I'm proud of myself, though, because
You should not be because you just talk the whole time.
I don't. The problem is you think that in the moment, but
Jared takes it very seriously.
I'm serious, competitive.
Ryan's like,
My
I'm trying to
life
have
depends
fun.
upon
I'm trying to
one.
have fun.
65.
He's played more games than Gordie Howe.
No,
I think Gordie Howe's career was like 19 years, something like that.
probably. There's some savages that have played like
time.
a quarter of a century in the
I think
NHL.
Ryan's tactic is the more outlandish he is, he can distract you. And then you miss those like silly questions.
Yeah, there was the one.
Boston.
Yeah, the Boston
one was
question.
so bad, bro.
Which
I'll be
one
honest.
of these teams hasn't considered moving to Tampa? And it was like 3 teams that would totally move. Then
It
the
was like
Boston Red
Chicago,
Sox.
San Francisco, Dallas, and then he's
And then
like,
Ryan starts just talking the whole time, and I'm like, I'm not gonna go with what Ryan's saying because he's being ridiculous. Don't even care what the question is. Let's go with that other answer. Over.
Anyway, that was our trivia. I'm the biggest loser again, but it's fine because soon we'll talk about sports that I know even less about, and then I'm really in trouble. Anyway, we're gonna move on to our top 5 segment here before my wifey has to go this morning, and
No, let's do top 5 last.
but she has to leave.
I last, but you'll
Dang.
do it without me. But you know your question.
All right,
That's
let's
true.
do it
We
now.
can do it.
We'll do it
No,
now.
we'll do it now. You're going first.
Me going first?
Nah, because your energy's like -12. Let me go first.
Whoa.
Bang, bang, shrimp
Yeah,
all
you
over
go
my...
first because you're going to be all over the place. Spend 40 minutes talking about 5 things.
No, I'm doing quick. I'm going to do less than 5 minutes. Set a clock. If you're watching this, babe, read the question.
All right, here we go.
Dang, this
No
is hard.
way,
Time
5
starts
minutes.
Now, 5 minutes.
My number one is
You're on the clock.
I'm on the clock. Go, babe.
What are the top 5,
Top 5,
in your opinion,
in my opinion.
day trip spots from Tampa, Florida?
Day trip spots. Okay, so my list that I did, these spots are about an hour, about approximately an hour. Some are like an hour 20, some are like 45 minutes. But this is my top 5 list in order going backwards. My number 5, which I was reluctant to, but we've done a lot, is he's laughing because I'm moving quick, is Disney Springs. So I'm not the biggest Disney World fan, as you guys have found out if you've been paying attention, but there's a couple restaurants, Morimoto, we love to go to, and Disney Springs, one of my favorite seafood restaurants. Disney Springs has some great shops. It's a great area. Disney does everything like 5 stars, so it's a great spot.
Because
no, I'm not doing this. You drag the time out.
No, I'm not doing
Number
this unintentionally.
4.
I'm laughing because what we do is Caitlin tells us right before we record what our things are and then what our gut reaction is. We write them down. And then she said, what are your top 5 day trips? And I literally said, not Orlando. Nothing's worth driving to Orlando for the day for. And then
It's
Disney
not
Springs.
Orlando.
Disney Springs.
But I have
is
another
Orlando.
one that's pretty much Orlando too, which is my number 1. But we'll get there in a second. So my number 4 is Anna Maria Island, which is about an hour and 15-minute drive, depending on where you are in Tampa.
It's a good one.
It's one of my favorite beaches, but it's also a cute little town. Not really a shopping town, but get some ice cream, get a snack, go to one of the best, more secluded. If you go to Bean Point, if you can get there, one of my favorite beaches. I think actually I saw one of the Lightning players was there yesterday at Anna Maria.
I saw that.
And I
was on my
recognized
top sunset
that
spot.
house. I recognized that house that was in the thing, you know.
You're like, oh, yeah.
I've been to that exact spot. Anyway, so that's my number 4. Number 3 is actually, that was my number 2. I've swapped them, so just whatever. My number 3 is a little spot called Devil's Den. It's about an hour, 20 minutes northwest of here.
Way farther than that.
An hour and 45 minutes northwest of here.
Northwest of here is the ocean, but it's north towards Gainesville in Ocala for sure.
It's not that far. I just went there like 2 years ago. It's not quite that far. But anyway, it's like, I don't even want to tell you too much about it. Just look up Devil's Den. It's like a sunken pit in the ground. How would you describe it? It's a aquifer?
It's like an underground spring which leads to the aquifer.
And
but
the
then
story
it's
is
like
they
in a
discovered it. This family discovered it, and they swam in it, and then they decided to make it public, and they have like picnic tables and stuff. It's a cool spot.
It's a cool spot when nobody's there because it's
Yeah, if
popular
it's packed.
and it's like college students everywhere because it's close to the
much.
University of Florida.
So my number 2 is a place, which actually is my number 4, is Homosassa Springs. So we went up to Homosassa a couple years back. Homosassa Springs has one of the best manatee park type places where you can see manatees.
beautiful.
You can actually go. They have this like underwater like walk-in tank, and you can actually see the manatees underwater. And then they have like a little walk-through zoo thing with animals and stuff. And then there's some good restaurants around there. If you're into diving for scallops, there's good scalloping over in Homosassa Springs. So that's a beautiful spot to do that. It's probably an hour and a half.
That's probably
from here,
accurate.
something like that. And
If
then
you
my
drive
number
on the
1
veterans and go fast. It probably
and go
does.
fast. Yeah, rent a Porsche. So my number 1 spot is actually north of Orlando, northwest of Orlando, and it's a little town called Mount Dora. Mount Dora
That's a good day
has a lake there, and a cute town that there's some shopping to do. But I'll tell you, sunset type time on a date in Mount Dora is one of my favorite spots. There's actually around the lake, there's like a long walking path you can walk while the sun's setting. We took one of our dogs out there and walked and took our dog to Mount Dora and walked around. And we have 2 now, but we have 1 at the time and loved it. We had a lot of fun. Kind of a spontaneous date thing. If you look up top 10 cutest small towns in Florida, it's always on that list. So Mount Dora is great. So that's my top 5 reasonably within drivable date spots, day trips. So I did... anyway, you could take your whole family there or light it up on a date spot. Either way, that's my top 5.
Question. Was anything in Polk County on that list?
Mount Dora's in Polk County.
No.
Is it not?
No.
No. No. No. The only one that I would even consider would be like going to a little night rodeo, like Silver Spurs, if it's time, like if it's the Silver Spurs rodeo. We loved that one, which is in Kissimmee.
That's not Polk County.
Dang. Maybe Winter Haven, but there's not much in Polk County to do for like cute day trips. Like I would go on a hunting trip, hog hunting trip, or something. What would your number one Polk County day trip be?
Well, I'm from Winter Haven. I would go to Winter Haven.
I mean, it is actually on top 10 small town list. Winter Haven is.
It's like one of the more popular places for people to move and retire.
It's cute. It's a land of a billion lakes.
It's not, but that's what I would do for a day trip. We would go to Winter Haven, and then we would do a chain of lakes day trip, and we would go all throughout the chain.
That's pretty dope, though. If you have a fetish for small lakes,
small lakes, like
Sorry,
what in comparison
fetish,
to Lake Superior or what?
I think Mount Dora Lake is actually one of the larger. Someone told me because David and Rachel went on a date to Mount Dora like a couple days ago, and they said that it's one of the largest. I can't remember if they said man-made lakes or one of the largest lakes in Central Florida.
Are they talking about Lake Apopka?
Is that the lake that Mount Dora is like near or on?
In my mind, I can't put Mount Dora on a map in relation to Apopka.
It's northwest of Orlando. Mount Dora is. It's about 35 minutes.
So is Apopka.
Maybe they are on this. Like maybe there's no Mount Dora Lake. Maybe
I didn't think that Mount Dora had a lake, but I haven't been there since I was 8.
Mount Dora, the town, has a lake like very close.
We'll look it up afterwards. Caitlin, what's my top 5?
This is a good one for you.
Jared, your top 5 question is, in your opinion.
Talking to the mic, babe.
In your opinion.
There you go. Hi.
What are the top 5 steakhouses in Tampa, Florida?
Okay.
In Tampa city limits or Tampa Bay area?
I mean, we typically do Tampa Bay area.
All right, I was gonna say Tampa, the city limits.
I'm pretty sure Jared's already picked his, so we'll just.
I have already picked them.
Are they
I
all
don't
in
know if they're all in the city limits, but they are all in Tampa.
All right, sweet.
I couldn't think of anything.
Can I ask you something?
Go ahead.
Have you taken me to all these places, or am I gonna look at one and be like, you?
I've taken you to one of these places. I've been to you with one of the other places. 3 of the other ones we have not gone to, but I've told you about.
Yeah, I know one of them that's on there, and I've been waiting to go, but it's fine. It's fine.
Is it my number 1?
Yeah.
We'll go soon. All right. Number 5, kind of by default, I'll preface by saying don't go here for dinner unless you're wanting to go eat in a nightclub, because that's what it is. But Meat Market is actually a very good restaurant and they're in a very good steak restaurant. I don't know if I would consider it a steak house because of what their menu is, and they want it to be like a, hey, we're in Miami and partying kind of vibe. If you go before like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, whenever they switch to dinner, great. They have like the windows open, like to Hyde Park. It's cool. They have really good steaks. I have had several of their steaks. I've also had like their huge tomahawk Wagyu ribeye. That was amazing. You should get it and share it with somebody because it's like $130. So that's my number 5. We're actually doing a 100 subscriber giveaway soon, and we're going to give away a $100 gift card to Meat Market.
And to be honest with you, if you have watched this Sippin' on 7th all the way to this point,
You deserve it.
go ahead and like send us a message that you watched to this point, or comment and say, let's say Meat Market in the comments if you made it to this point, and we'll give you an extra entry to the raffle for the giveaway. We'll be announcing that soon.
We'll do it. Number 5, Meat Market. Number 4, Terra Gaucha. So Terra Gaucha, there's a couple of them. I think there's one in Jacksonville and there's one in Tampa. But it's essentially Texas Day Brazil, but in my opinion, far better. They have more options than they do at Texas Day Brazil.
Everything with Texas in it is better. But Terra Gaucha, I think I agree with you. I think it's better.
Have you ever been to Terra Gaucha? Because like I know you've been to events where they bring Terra Gaucha to you.
We've never been.
But you've never been. Okay, so then how can you even get?
What's the other
Texas is better.
What's the other one? There's 3 that are like that are the Brazilian.
I mean, it's a
service.
churrascaria, however you say it. It's just a style of restaurant.
There's one that I've been to. I think there's also one in Tampa. There's Texas Day Brazil. There's Terra Gaucha, and there's another one.
I'm sure there is. I'm talking about Terra Gaucha because it's the number 4 steakhouse in Tampa because of all the options. So if you go to like Texas Day Brazil, kind of limited in what they will bring you unless you pay like $1 billion. But if you go to Terra Gaucha, they have like beef ribs that they'll bring out that are just like fall apart awesome. They have literally ribeye steaks that they'll bring out, and you can ask them, and they'll cut off the fat cap for you. It's just that. It's great. A bunch of other things that are on the menu that are not a Texas State Brazil. Terra Gaucho is great down there on Dale Mabry.
I have been to Terra Gaucho. I went with Guy when we celebrated his birthday. Okay. I like it. The atmosphere, depending on the one, because I've been to Texas State Brazils that were super like expensive designed. Like the one in Orlando is pretty good, so the vibe's pretty cool. But I agree with you. The only thing I didn't like, I don't think they have potatoes au gratin at Terra Gaucho.
Are you talking about sides at a steak place? You eat sides?
I'll be honest with you. Yeah, when I go to Texas, State Brazil, half of my stomach is filled with the potatoes.
I get exclusively meat.
She goes for the $60 salad bar. She literally goes for like 3 pieces of lettuce and a thing, and then she's like, "Yes, gotta get my nails done at 9:30. Let me leave."
I get the rolls because those have drugs in them for sure because they're so addicting. The cheese bread things.
Sprinkling sugar in the dough.
It's so good, and then meat, and then like nothing else.
I eat a lot of meat when I go, but the potatoes au gratin is one of my favorite dishes. If you I love potatoes au gratin.
Be an American and say scallop potatoes.
Do they have the bananas?
Yeah.
At Terra Gaucho?
Yeah.
Actually,
all right, number 3.
Be an American.
Charlie's Steakhouse. I know it's like
really
kind of a chain, but it's actually really good, and they have aged steaks there that are very good, and that's like my jam. They're wet aged, not dry aged. Go ahead.
So Charlie's, I've never been.
Okay.
I figured it was like Ruth Chris because I know it's a chain, but you put it on the list. Ruth Chris isn't on the list. How is it comparatively?
I don't like Ruth Chris.
I'm not the biggest fan either.
I think, and this is going to maybe piss some people off.
So I've never been to Charlie's because
I think personally that Ruth Chris is like not this bad, but it's like the McDonald's of high-end chain steak restaurants. It's just like people. It could have been because of my expectations going into it. Everybody's like,
yeah, people love it.
It's like whenever you make it in life and you have a big business deal, my conception of, you go to Ruth Chris to celebrate. So I was like, okay, it's the jam. It's the best thing since sliced bread. It's going to be amazing. And it was like very average, in my opinion.
And the thing is, I love your comparison because McDonald's, like you could go, especially since they've kind of revamped, and like it's good. It's not like you eat it and it's like this is bad, but it's McDonald's. It's like this is like a low baseline for like fast food.
Right.
So it's a
low baseline for high end steak.
Man, but to pay
restaurants.
$60-something for a steak that you're eating and you're like,
exactly.
This is a $32 steak that I just paid $60. It's like walking in, and I can't say that comparison. Let me think of something else. It's like you're gonna get smacked in the face as hard as someone can smack you. Why would you go to that restaurant? It's like, here, let me pay double of what this steak is worth for an average steak. Slap me in my freaking chin because I'm stupid. It's like I'm not wasting my time. That's why I haven't been to Ruth Chris ever on my own dime. I've never been. I won't spend my money. I'm not paying double for a steak that's.
I would rather, this might upset some people, I would rather go and then pay like whatever it is for the ribeye at like Longhorn.
Yeah,
as opposed to
Outback Steakhouse, something. Yeah.
Not Outback, but
Longhorn's
Longhorn.
not bad, actually. Price point?
For what it is,
Texas
exactly.
Roadhouse and Longhorn?
Right. Texas Roadhouse is trash. It's just because it has the name Texas in it, and they have good rolls, and that's it.
The butter that they have for the rolls,
all right,
is
the
why
butter
you go.
is yeah.
It's bang.
Number 5, Meat Market. Number 4, Terra Gaucho. Number 3, Charlie's. This might be controversial, but number 2, Burns Steakhouse. So
that's a shocker. I mean, I read it something, but
but it is. It's like in Tampa. Like, what's the best steakhouse to go to? It's like Burns. Burns is an institution and it's an experience, but for the steak at it, I think that you can do some unique things, but it's just not necessarily me for number 1. Does that make sense?
I feel Burns would have been like, as steak wise, wouldn't have been on my top 5.
No, but steakhouse as an experience.
It would.
That's why it's on here, because to be honest with you, if somebody was like, let's go to Burns, I'd be like, let's go to Fresh Kitchen and then go to the Burns dessert room.
That's another thing is, does that include the dessert room as a part of the steakhouse?
As a steakhouse, yeah.
And the reason is because when you make a reservation, you automatically get a reservation dessert room. It's hard for me that Burns isn't number 1. You're going to talk about your number 1. I've never been. But Burns, the experience, I think that we've been twice to Burns. The experience is second to none in Tampa Bay.
Experience is phenomenal.
But the Virgin experience... which you hear me use that word virgin a lot if you hang out too much. The virgin experience, meaning the first time that you do it, the virgin experience at Burns is incredible. We went before COVID, so I don't know if it's fully back, but like when you go
all the way back,
they take you on a full tour. You see they have the largest private wine collection in North America. Now, we don't drink, but it's still cool. It's like you go through and it's like, wow, that bottle's $48,000 and it's been here for 112 years in this exact spot. You know, like it's like, and then you go through the kitchen, and I love restaurants that.
You know what I love? You know, that we're trying to do this fast, and you're talking more than I am in my top 5.
I know yours has been 15 minutes. I'm like, here's a video of the tour. Pause.
The reason Ryan is always able to do his top 5s faster is because Jared doesn't interrupt him every single one.
Yes. All right. Meat Market, Terra Gaucha, Charlie's, Burns, my number 1. And we're going to go here soon. I promise I'll take you. I know
Bro,
you're
I want to go
upset.
so freaking bad.
This is not for the experience, because the experience of this is that you have to walk through the Hard Rock Casino before you get here.
Just say, unless you're a gambler, then the experience is freaking lit.
No, because it's sad, honestly. Walking through the casino is sad. It's not like what it looks like in the movies, first of all. It's a lot of people just like smoking cigarettes, smoking their life away. It's ridiculous. Number 1, Council Oaks.
Jeez.
But as a restaurant, as a steakhouse, it's the best steak I've ever put in my mouth. They do dry aged meats. It's absolutely incredible. When I went, I had a dry aged tomahawk ribeye. It was like 45 days.
Wow.
I also had a pound of king crab legs. I also had.
Did you like starve yourself for 3 days before?
I didn't eat close to half of it.
How do you even fit that?
And then they had we had, what's the stuff called when it's not cooked? Tartare. We had like Wagyu tartare as an appetizer, and then we ate all the different stuff. It was absolutely
Have you ever
incredible.
had tartare before that?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
I'm actually a big I like raw meat.
You're weird.
Yeah,
tartare,
nice.
anytime that I've had it, it's pretty gross. But then, whenever we went and had it here, and I was like, I'm not eating it. And my boss was like,
you're eating it.
He was like, you're going to try it. And I was like, okay,
Show
I'll
me some
try
respect. Mi piace.
So then we had it, and it was actually like really freaking good because
like
of the quality. I would say experience level Burns is better, but as a steakhouse and as a restaurant and as the meat, steak is absolutely incredible.
Well, so we know a man eats ribeye.
Listen, don't get me started because I will call you out.
I prefer fillets, and he says it's a beta male move and blah blah blah. If you took me to a steakhouse, I would probably get a fillet because just like if you take me to get pizza,
you don't know what good food is, because a fillet just is tender and tastes like nothing.
But
a ribeye is full of flavor and awesome and just a little bit more tough than a fillet.
I've had such a diverse food palette around the world. I know what good food tastes like.
I went to Italy when I was 12 and ate pizza the whole time that I lived there. Yeah, give me a break.
Okay, I didn't go to Italy when I was 12. I actually haven't been to Italy since I was 12. But my point is, I know good food. You know what I think it is? Because I've been thinking about it a lot lately because, being called a beta male is kind of a shot, You
don't disagree with it.
No, I don't, not that in the steak sense.
I'm not a big alpha beta guy. I think that's overplayed and stupid from people to say.
Well, I don't like how people apply it. I definitely think there is like men should be inspired to leadership roles. And so especially
I just think a fillet is what like your wife gets and eats half of and then takes the rest
But my wife
home.
would get a ribeye. She prefers flavor almost
because she understands life.
What I'm saying is, since we're talking about steaks, is the reason I like fillets a lot of times is because they accentuate what's around them and on top of them. So it's like
because you like to eat scallop potatoes and not steak.
So I for example, my dream steak dish would actually be a fillet with like a mushroom and scallop sauce over the top of it, to where the meat plays a role.
Mushroom
in the
and
flavor.
scallop sauce.
No, I'm just. Can you leave me alone?
That sounds
please?
gross.
No, it would be lit, but
a mushroom scallop sauce would
like
be
a
lit.
white mushroom scallop sauce on
scallops.
The steak. I love scallops. Scallops are one of my favorite foods.
You want a scallop sauce, not like a succulent, nice, juicy scallop. You want a sauce made out of the scallop.
No, like a sauce that has scallops in it, not like ground scallop. I mean like a couple seared scallop, on top with the white mushroom sauce.
We intentionally disagree with some things sometimes. I've never disagreed with you more about anything in my entire life than the concept of a scallop sauce.
That's fine.
I know it's fine. I'm just telling you. This is absurd. Your ideal steak thing would be to get a tiny fillet with a mushroom scallop sauce so that you could enjoy not the steak, but the mushroom scallop sauce.
No, with the steak. So the steak plays a role then in the flavor, but it's not.
It has no flavor. It's a fillet. It's just tender.
That's not true, though.
It tastes like salt and pepper, what you put on it.
Like, you could get it peppered like the French do it. The French do fillets that are peppered, and they have a lot of flavor, depending on how it's seared, depending on, like, you can definitely get flavor in it.
Filet is so good when you add all this other stuff to it.
Well, yeah, it's almost like tofu. Filet is almost like tofu. I know you that just that brought down soy boy. But what I mean is, tofu is never about I sit and eat raw tofu by itself. It's about it's a part of the only time I've had tofu is in like Asian dishes where it's like a thing. But it's like the steak isn't the dominating flavor. The steak is more like a palate upon which is served this flavor thing. So I love ribeyes. Ribeyes are great flavor. I have no problem eating ribeyes. If you got me a ribeye, I'd be very happy. I'd sit there and eat the ribeye. I prefer to experience kind of a combination of flavors rather than just steak itself. Actually, beef's not even my favorite meat. I prefer fish. I prefer elk. I prefer all these things over beef. So, which is not a very American thing. It's not a very big tough guy thing. But I'm just not the biggest beef fan. Like burgers and then. I wouldn't eat, if you told me I could unlimited.
My favorite meat's lamb, so I get it.
I love lamb. If you told me I could unlimited have as much beef as I wanted for free, I would probably only eat it 3 days a week. I wouldn't eat it every day. I'm not. There's some people that could eat beef all day, every day. They love it. Ribeyes. I'm not that kind of guy. I enjoy steak a lot. It's a special thing for me. I get steak at a restaurant. I don't really do steak as a part of my daily life. I'm not on the Peterson. I'm not on the Peterson.
The Peterson salt and beef
thing. Anyway, that was his top 5, which I love. You guys are going to hear about my Council Oaks experience soon, if it's worth mentioning. And I remember.
I need to close a couple big deals to take you there.
Hey, okay.
Actually, no, I don't, because you're just going to order a fillet and a sauce.
It'll be like $45. It'll be cheaper than going to Five Guys.
You're not joking.
We could split something. You could pick it, and I'll just eat off of it, and then order potatoes, and I'll be fine.
I tell you that every time that we go to a restaurant, and then we go there, and then you order the craziest things, and I'm like, what is this guy doing? But I did order paella last night when I shouldn't have, so I get it.
Yeah, that's right. You've made your own mistakes. Anyway,
mistakes. Let's talk about.
It's been like an hour and a half. It feels like already.
All right. In closing, let's talk about the Rays.
Yes.
The Rays. They got swept by the Reds.
Looking for something. There's the bobblehead.
It's not even on yet. Now it's on the screen.
He's on there.
The Rays got swept by the Reds.
I was so ashamed, bro.
You're taking my coffee. You were ashamed of getting swept by the Reds, or what? Okay, yeah, me too. But the Reds started off as probably the worst team in baseball.
Not too bad now.
Now they're
still bottom.
They're getting good. But then afterwards, then we 4 games swept the Red Sox.
Yep.
And then last night, the Rays played the Orioles, who were on a 10-game winning streak, their longest since 1999, then the Rays won.
Broke the back of the winning streak.
With nobody on their roster. Everybody's hurt. We're the Durham Bulls.
Did you text a certain someone about the Orioles losing?
No.
10-game streak broken. Suck it.
I need to do that, though.
Baltimore, man. Jeez.
Yeah, I was happy for the Orioles. I went to high school with Trey Mancini, who plays for them. So,
wow.
Yes, I want the Rays to beat the Orioles, but I always want Trey Mancini to do good.
I kind of have that feeling about some hockey teams. I just can't say it because it's like, well, like now that Ryan McDonough's gone, when he comes into town, if they beat us, I'll be like, well.
No. It's not okay.
In the regular season?
You could say.
Who cares?
If Nashville wins 70 games and loses whenever they play us, it's fine.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like Nashville.
I like Nashville.
Not
the city.
the team, the city.
Yeah, I like Nashville. We're gonna be there in a couple weeks. I think we're staying in Nashville.
When we go get sheep.
Yeah. If you don't worry about the getting sheep part, doesn't matter. I mean, it's cool, but anyway, we're gonna be in Nashville overnight. Probably not even long enough. I think we have to leave at like 4 or 5 in the morning, but not even long enough to we'll go. I mean, Nashville will still be up.
Maybe
When we sleep, it'll
late.
still be up. Yeah, maybe on the night of the game it was awake till 4, but
I mean, I think they're a late crowd, but not 5. Nowhere's 5 except maybe Vegas and New York.
Ybor.
Ebor's not 5.
Ebor's a 2, 3 a.m. But no, the Rays are doing good. I actually saw a post. I think he shared it with me this morning that with 16 people on our injured on our is it injury reserve list or just injured list?
Injured list.
So on our injury list, we have 16 players that are on the injury list.
The highest in baseball right now.
The highest in the MLB, and we've managed to still be almost at where we were last year.
3 games behind pace from last season.
As far as our record, which is ridiculous.
We won 100 games for the first time in history, the Rays did last year.
Well,
I'm saying we like I play for him, but I was a part of that because
The we is infectious.
I know I hate it. Why do you do this to me?
Oh, my love. Hello.
But anyways,
Are you leaving?
any other sports things that you want to talk about?
Yeah,
we
I
can
do.
show Josie and then close it out.
Oh, you need your phone. Oh, well, let's show Josie.
I did not even think about that.
Neither.
Let's show Josie.
In closing, here's Jose. We'll see if she'll yell into the microphone for you guys.
You want to say something? You want to say something to people?
She's looking at her like, what are you putting in my face?
She said. But here's the deal. The Rays are playing really good baseball. I feel like there's been a transition. Last year we won 100 games. Now they're hungry for it again. I think the Rays could be pushing that number again in this season.
In closing, could you just say one more time the city of Tampa Bay for me? I feel like out of respect for the 135th birthday of the city of Tampa, you should have respect and say it's the city of Tampa
Do you want to say something?
and the area of Tampa Bay.
Say the city of Tampa Bay.
What if it'd be crazy? What if those were her first
What if
words?
she says the city? Bro, that'd be hilarious. Well, listen, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us here on this Saturday morning.
Big day today. Gonna go shoot
Sippin'
some
on
awesome
7.
content for you. Gonna go do a Cuban review. You'll see it all coming up soon. We will catch you guys on the boat parade next time and on the next Sippin' on 7.
And thank you so much for we've passed 100 subscribers. As we said, we're going to be doing a giveaway. We'll post that this week. And our 50th YouTube video today. So it's pretty, I know it may not be a lot compared to some people, but when you're starting something new, to make it to 50 videos and have support and all you guys watching, and like if you guys have watched to this, just shoot me a message. We'll give you something. We'll bless you. We'll take care of you. But
That's something dangerous to say.
hey, I'm not even tripping. Let it blow up. But we really do love you guys. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us on Saturday mornings. I know it's a little bit loose content, but we have a lot of fun. There she is. My daughter appreciates it too, but we appreciate you guys. Please like and subscribe. Share it with people. We got a shout out on a radio station in Baton Rouge, Louisiana yesterday, which is fun. And
Ryan O'Connor, big LSU fan apparently.
I actually love LSU. It's one of my favorite campuses. Now I haven't been to a ton.
You've been to like 3.
But of the 2 I've been to, it's in my top 2. So, but anyway, we'll see you guys this week. We'll see you later on the boat parade.
You know you can look me in the eye. It's all because of Jesus. He the reason I'm alive. I live by faith, by grace. You know that I ain't gotta strive. They told me